Hello and welcome to another challenge run series. My name is Deadman, but you already know that, and today we start a series that will see me play through every mainline Pokemon game released, in order with a special set of rules I spun off of ChaoticMeatball's Hardcore Nuzlocke Without Repeats series. The rules section for this will be a bit lengthy on the first installment, since I want to make sure to not leave out anything, since this could be confusing if you're missing some of the info. So please bear with me as I go over my rule set. First off, I will be using my personal hardcore rule set that I call Deadman's Locke. The rules will be elaborated on later. I will be doing these runs randomized, as I not only find the standard games very repetitive on subsequent playthroughs, but also knowing the gym leaders, Elite Fours and Champions teams ahead of time makes the run way too predictable to be entertaining to me. So I also don't think it would make for as good content as the randomized version. Especially if I end up having to retry after losing a run. Plus, my Deadman's Locke rules call for randomization anyway, so there's that. And third, I will not be playing through XD Gale of Darkness or Colosseum in this series, since they are not mainline Pokemon games. I also won't do Legend Arceus, as Nuzlocking that game makes no sense. Now, as for my randomization settings, types, attacks, learn sets and evolutions stay the same as in the base game, just with adjustments on the trade evos so I can do them without multiplayer. Starters, wild encounters, trainer teams, item pickups, secondary stores and TM attacks are randomized completely. TM compatibility stays the same, meaning if a mon can learn TM01 in the normal game, it still can now, even if the attack it teaches got randomized. And static encounters are changed so that legendaries will be randomized to other legendaries and non-legendary mons will be randomized to other non-legendary mons. As for my Deadman's Locke rule set. My standard Nuzlocke rules apply, so one encounter per area, gift and static encounters count separately, shiny claws is in effect, all mons need to be nicknamed and fainted mons are dead and have to be boxed forever. Second, every trainer that can be battled along the way has to be battled, and wild encounters cannot be run from, nor can I use repels or held items or abilities with similar effects. Teleport, whirlwind or roar in battle are fine though. I can only enter gyms with the same amount of Pokemon as the leader is using, and I can only use the same number of Pokemon as the Elite Four or Champion against them. So all official league battles will be on equal footing. Once I have entered a gym, I cannot leave it until I have beaten it, so no going back to heal in between trainers. No items in battle, only held items in games that have them, and items outside of battle are allowed. Battle style has to be set. If I black out, cause I lost all my team members in a battle, I have to re-randomize and start over. And lastly, for this series, dupes and species clause, where you get to re-encounter if your first encounter is a Pokemon you already caught, or can evolve into or from a Pokemon you already caught, is mandatory in this challenge, and not only within one game, but over the entire series. So if I get a Charmander in this run, I can never use the Charizard line ever again in the series. The only exception to this rule are 1. The shiny claws, so even if I already used an evolution line, I am still allowed to catch and use a shiny of that same evolution line. And 2, if I black out and re-randomize, the species caught and used in the failed run get deleted from the record, cause otherwise I could run out of Pokemon to use by just losing to Dragon Rage early on a couple of times, and that wouldn't make for interesting content. So that should really cover everything you need to know, but if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments, and I'll make sure to clear up anything I might not have specified. So in this first video, we will be going through the first game in the series, Red. We will then be doing Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, and so on, until we end up at the most recent game, which at the moment I am recording this would be Scarlet and Violet. The footage for all these playthroughs will be, and for this one was already, recorded on stream over on my Twitch channel, where you should follow me and come hang out for these playthroughs. I try to make sure to stream at least once a week on the weekend, and it would be great to see you over there every once in a while. Also, as of the next one, the VODs of those streams will also be uploaded on my new VOD channel, link in the description. But enough self-plugging, let's start this run. So we name our character Deadman as per usual, and our rival Asshat as is tradition. After picking up some lemonade from the PC, we get our starter, Haunter, who we call Phantom. Deliver Oak's parcel and get Pokeballs to start the Locke. Our Route 1 encounter is Coughing, who we call H2S, like the poisonous gas, and on Route 22 we get a Metapod, who we opt to knock out instead, cause I don't wanna waste Pokemon species in this for useless mons. I could find a Butterfree later that actually has useful moves, instead of having to switch train a Metapod with only Harden, for instance. Up next, Route 2, where we get Zoidberg the Krabby. In Viridian Forest, we pick up a nugget off the ground, so no problem with buying balls and potions anymore, and encounter Clefairy, which is a species I want to keep for when there is actually fairy types, so we knock it out instead. Yes, I'm using Nightshade on a normal type here, that's just how Gen 1 works. It's unfortunately so broken, you literally can't avoid it. Either way, we continue to Pewter, deposit H2S for now, since Brock has 2 mons, and enter the gym. After defeating the trainer in there, Brock leads with Seal, I lead with Zoidberg. I switch to Phantom and Lick for a bit of damage, while he headbutts for literally nothing, cause normal type moves don't hit ghost types. I confuse him once, but he never hits himself, but Lick eventually finishes him. Pinsir is second, and I stay on Phantom. 3 Nightshades later, with Pinsir only failing to use the normal type Vice Grip, we win. On to Route 3 and Mount Moon. Our encounter on the route is Meowth, who I opt to save for the Galarian variant in Swish, and knock it out instead. The Magikarp for 500 bucks is randomized to Growlithe, and I'm fine with Best Boy being on the team, so... Also, the Mount Moon encounter is Ekans, but we already have 2 poison types on our team, so I don't catch it either. We make our way through Mount Moon and to the Pokemaniac who protects the fossils. His Rapidash goes down to Zoidberg's bubble, his Pikachu gets Nightshaded off the field, and last is his... Articuno! I don't think I need to tell you how that went. We miss a Hypnosis on Haunter and get frozen by Ice Beam. Yeah. Freezing doesn't go away by itself in Gen 1, and we can't use items in battles. Also, we don't even have an Ice Heal, so Articuno just completely eradicates our team, since Zoidberg was already low health, Growlithe is still low level, and Haunter literally is a brick. Round 2. Starter options this time are Rhydon, Magikarp, and Rhyhorn. So that's basically only one real choice. That also gives the rival Magikarp, so... lore? We call Rhydon Shotgun, and also beat our rival up on the way to the league real quick this time, so we can get some free Pokeballs from Oak. Also, we find iron in the bush, so money isn't a problem either. Our Route 1 encounter is Raichu, who we call Sparky. Route 22 gives us Tentacool, who we call Hentai, for obvious reasons. And Route 2 was Machamp, that we kill. Viridian Forest is a Doduo, who we call Helly, and then we grind the team up for a bit for Brock. We take Sparky and Shotgun with us for Brock. He leads with Coughing, who we stomp to death with Shotgun, while getting poisoned by Smog. Primeape is second, and I go to Sparky, but he does too much damage to stay out long. So back to Shotgun and finish him off for the win. We take out an Articuno on Route 3 as revenge for the last run, and get our 500 Pokédollar random mon in the Pokemon Center at Mount Moon. It's a Psyduck, so that's actually a better water type for now, seeing as it can learn the TM for Bubble Beam we find in the cave. Master Ball! Great. Awesome. I'm dead! Awesome! A fucking victory bell just killed the run! Weak to it, dies in the next hit and sleeps. Weak to it, doubly, dies in the next hit and sleeps, and weak to it. Oh wait, no. Hentai is actually not weak to it. Neutral. But sleeps. Hit yourself. Dang it. Well, that's hentai dead. Scratch. Or not. Shotgun actually outspeeds. Dang it. Should have gone to that immediately. Now I don't have a water type. After that, we get through though and beat the nerd with the fossils this time. So of course, I took the Helix fossil, cause Lord Helix is our only Lord and Savior. Also, I knew that if I didn't tell you what I took, you'd all ask. Now that I think about it, everyone asks anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. On Route 4, we find the TM for the German word for garbage, and get a magneton for the encounter, and I decide to save that species for later games for evolution and typing reasons. Up next, rival fight. He leads with Omastar, I lead with Heli. I switch to Sparky right away and Water Gun does little damage. Thundershock does almost half, and he Water Guns again. Another Thundershock crits for the kill. Ivysaur is next, and I switch back to Heli, getting Leech Seeded. Peck does over half, and Growl is pretty useless while Peck kills. Blastoise comes out, and I go to Sparky again. Tail Whip is pretty pointless, and 2 Thundershocks kill easily. Last is Magikarp, who gets one-shotted. Done. After Nugget Bridge, our encounter is Kingler, who we catch and call Zoidberg. We then find a TM for Psychic, and teach that to Sparky, and visit Bill. So, did you come to see my Pokemon collection? You didn't? Oh, that's a shame. He actually says that. I did not remember that. We take Sparky and Heli into the gym for this one, and she starts off with Zubat. I send out Heli first and switch to Sparky and run into Weak Bite. Thundershock one-shots. Meowth is second, and we just Psychic twice for the kill. Also, this happens. Again. Music glitch? Hello? So, off to Vermilion City. The next encounter we catch is a Ditto to the right of Vermilion. Mostly for dupes, cause I don't want to have to use that thing like ever. But also for HM use, since I have full HM compatibility turned on, since otherwise we could get stuck by just not having a mon that can use a certain HM. Rival fight time on the SS Endo. He leads with Butterfree, I lead with Heli. Pack one-shots. Dragonite is next, and I go for Thrash. One-shot. Dugong also runs into a Thrash one-shot, and so does Magikarp. Well, that was easy. We got the HM for Cut and teach it to Ditto, cause I wanna at least use it as an HM slave if nothing else. Gym time, so we need Cut to get into Surge's gym, so we have to take Ditto. I'll count that as a requirement for the gym though, and I can't use an underleveled Ditto for anything anyway, so we will still abide by the rule by only using Sparky, Heli, and Shotgun in the gym. Zoidberg does get deposited though, to be sure. Anyway, Surge fight. He leads with Charizard, I lead with Shotgun. I stomp 3 times for the kill, only getting embered a bit. Out comes Wigglytuff, and also dies to 3 attacks without doing damage. Then this happens. At least you have one actual electric type. Why do you have Mega Drain? So, yeah, that was Gen 1 putting the TM the gym gives you on the mons of the gym, and also doing that for randomizers. So we go to Sparky and Psychic 3 times for the kill and win. Up on the route east of Cerulean, we find the TM for Thunderbolt and teach that to Sparky, and also we catch a Diglett to replace Shotgun. We call it just a tip, then it's time to get through Rock Tunnel without light, and hope to actually hit all trainers along the way. I can't really make sure to get everyone, seeing as I can't see and Flash is locked behind a higher number of catches than we get in the Nuzlocke. In here we encounter a Marowak who kills just a tip. Wow! Wow! And then joins the team as the replacement. We call it Scully, also Helly evolves in here. On the other side, we get through Lavender Town, ignoring the tower for now, since we need the Sylph Scope anyway. Our encounter on the next route is Ivysaur, who we catch and call Jungle. In Celadon, we get the Eevee gift, which is randomized to Starmie, so that replaces Kingler on the team. For just straight up being better, we make sure to check all TMs in the shopping center and get Fly, then we wipe the floor with Team Rocket at the game corner, including sweeping Giovanni with little effort. Gym time. Again, we'll need Cut to get in, so Amorphous stays on the team simply as a key item, not as a party member. We take Scully, Sparky and Helly for our actual usable mons. Erika leads with Squirtle, I lead with Scully. I switch to Sparky and Water Gun does next to nothing, before Thunderbolt one-shots. Pidgeotto is next and quick attacks before also getting one-shot with Thunderbolt. Hypno is last and I go to Helly. Hypno uses Sing, so that is the TM we'll get, and Helly one-shots with Twin Needle. We put Sing on Jungle since the combo with Dream Eater, a TM I got earlier in the shop, works just as well as the intended use with Sleep Powder. So, Pokemon Tower time. Don't get confused by the emulation colors changing, I switched up the settings in between. Our rival leads with Persian, I lead with Jungle. I decide to go for the new strat and Sing after getting hit by Payday. I then Leech Seed, and a couple of Dream Eaters later we're at full health and Persian is down. Up next is Meowth, which is a cool coincidence, who also gets comboed with Sing and Dream Eater. Golem comes out and gets Vine Whip one-shot before another Meowth. What the heck, randomizer? Takes a few more attempts for Sing to work and also gets its dreams eaten till it's dead. Last is Gyarados, who looks like a shiny in this color setting and also falls to Sing and Dream Eater after only getting to Dragon Rage once. Except he wakes up too early to actually go down, so we switch to Sparky for safety and Thunderbolt for the kill. Done. After then getting through all the channelers with this happening in between, another Master Ball, what the heck? As well as the Ghost of Marowak, which randomized to an Omanite, and Team Rocket on top of the tower, where Jungle evolves, we get the Poké Flute and go wake up Snorlax. That randomized to Electabuzz, but I decide to keep that line for later in the series, and we just really quickly abuse the only glitch I'll willingly abuse in this playthrough, seeing as the only thing it does is save me the time to go back and get the bike from Cerulean, by just spamming A and holding left on the guard trying to stop you, so you can borrow a bike, I guess, since we definitely use one on the cycling road even though we do not have a bike. Getting past all the bikers, we arrive in Fuchsia and go through the Safari Zone to get the teeth of the Warden and Surf. We then get strength for returning the teeth and go fight Koga to be able to use Surf. For this team of 4, we take Sparky, Helly, Scully, and Jungle. Koga has replaced Misty as the water-type gym leader apparently, cause he leads with Goldeen, getting one-shot with Thunderbolt. Next is Cloyster, also a Thunderbolt one-shot. Sandshrew goes down to a single Mega Drain, and lastly Seal also dies to a Thunderbolt one-shot. Nice one-shot fest. Up next Sylph goes, so we fly to Saffron and start flattening the entire Team Rocket staff in the building. And by that, I mean literally everyone. I made sure to go everywhere, so much so that I ended up not even knowing how to get to the rival fight anymore. I legit had to look up the correct teleporter in my old game guide for Gen 1. Anyway, rival time. He leads with Vaporeon, I lead with Jungle, and 2 Razor Leaves do the trick. Pinsir is next, so I go to Helly. I get hit by Seismic Toss and then one-shot with Drill Peck. Slowpoke is out and Twin Needle takes him to low health, with a Drill Peck finishing him. Moltres is next, and I go to All-Star and Surf twice with a little damage in return. Gyarados is last, and I go to Sparky, who runs into Dragon Rage and then one-shots with Thunderbolt. Onwards to Giovanni, who is a pushover due to bad luck with the randomizer. We pick up a third Master Ball and continue on. Saffron Gym time. Now, I am not sure how to even get to every trainer in this gym, so I'll just say I'll be fine fighting everyone I encounter along the way. I also don't even go for the fastest path I know, so I encounter as many as I can. Sabrina leads with a male Nidoran, who dies to a Surf from All-Star. Weezing is next, and I go to Sparky and accidentally Thunderbolt while spamming, getting poisoned and only then use Psychic. Butterfree is a Thunderbolt one-shot, and last is Chansey, who puts Helly to sleep and goes for Sky Attack, which obviously does next to nothing, so we just wait till Helly wakes up and Thrash for the win. We then make our way to Cinnabar Island and through the burnt down lab to get to the key for the gym. On the way, we encounter a wild level 42 Alakazam, who Psybeams Helly to under half. With Helly hitting himself in confusion instead of attacking, so I go to Sparky and Psychic takes us to half with Psybeam killing. Of course you crit. Scully is out and Bone Club takes half with Psybeam taking us to 9 HP. We miss. Hyped here. You get the fucking chance to fucking kill it, and you miss. Twice in a row. And he reflects and then flinches of one Bone Club with the second killing. I kinda don't have time for checking for a replacement for Sparky, so we just go with the remaining team and get the key and risk Cape Rope out. At least the team for the gym isn't a hard thing to think of since we just deposit the HM Ditto and have a team of 4. After fighting all trainers instead of doing the quiz, Blaine leads with Ivysaur, we switch to Helly right away and kill with Drillbag. Tangela is second and also dies to Drillbag. Next is Weezing, and I go to Jungle for a Sing Dream Eater combo, which puts him to yellow and heals us back up. He also wakes up, so we put him back to sleep and finish him. Well, yeah, I thought I had lost at that moment. Helly goes down to Psychic, so does Scully. Starmie has the advantage of being half Psychic, so he actually only stumps, which is something about Blaine's AI I didn't know. He apparently doesn't use not very effective attacks. So we actually take him down with Surf, that leaves one badge. Before that though, we kinda need more team members, and I can really not think of anything that would rescue this run other than going for the legendary bird encounters, so we can just Master Ball them. We do have 3 Master Balls after all. So, Zapdos is first. It's randomized to Mew. Mew is fine. So, we Master Ball it and call it Beanie. Second is the Articuno spot, which turns out being Zapdos, who we call Thunderbird. Ignore the misspelling in game. With this team, we go on to fight the last gym. Giovanni leads with Magmar, so Starmie serves it off the field. Same with Rhydon. Wait, what the heck, Randomizer? Do your job better. Like, what is he doing with a Mon he actually owns in the game? Electabuzz is dealt with by Jungle, with a couple of Razor Blades, and Moltres gets fried by Zapdos with Thundershocks. Last is Cloyster, who gets one-shot by Thundershock. With all badges done, we fight Asshat for the last time before the league. He leads with Chansey, so I switch to Thunderbird right away. And Drillpack for a one-shot. Charmeleon is next, and I Crabhammer for a one-shot. The dude has a freaking Mew himself, so I Drillpack 3 times, going to low health in the process. Primeape is a Drillpack one-shot, and we learn Thunder, Spiro is the first to go down to that, and last is Gyarados, who we missed Thunder on, so I go to Beanie in fear of a big hit, and he sure hits Hyper Beam. 2 Psychics later, he only Dragon Rages, and another Psychic kills. Done. Elite 4 time. So after getting the team to a consistent level 58, so we stand a chance here, we start off with Lorelei. Now obviously I can only use 5 of my 6 mons for her and all other E4 members, but that shouldn't be a problem seeing as we just left the HM Ditto on for cannon fodder anyway. I don't plan on actually using that. Lorelei leads with Alakazam, I lead with Zoidberg. Psybeam crit one-shots. Of course you crit. No, of fucking course you fucking crit. Beanie is out at Mega Punches while she goes for Recover, that cheater, cause there is no way she'd go for Recover while at full health. Another Mega Punch kills. Gengar is next and 2 Psychics kill through confusion. Tentacruel comes out and I go to Thunderbird and Thunder one-shots. Clefairy gets Trill Packed off the field and last is Magneton. I go back to Beanie since Steel doesn't exist yet and Psychic 2 shots. Done. Up next,
Bruno of the Elite Four.
he leads with Magnemite, I lead with Jungle. Razor Leaf gets him to red and I get Parafusion. Between hitting myself and getting fully parried, it takes 4 more turns to take the rest of Magnemite's health. Graveler is out and blows up, so rip Jungle. Oh! Well, I didn't think he'd blow up. I send out Thunderbird and he sends out Rattata, who gets one-shot with Drill Peck. Sandshrew is next and we miss Crabhammer twice before one-shotting. Last is Electabuzz and Drill Peck doesn't do a lot, so I go to Beanie, who then 2-shots with Psychic from that range. So far, 2 Elite Four members, 2 deaths. Agatha incoming. Seadra is her lead, and Thunderbird deals with it with a Thunder one-shot. Chansey is next and gets one-shot with Drill Peck. Geodude is out, and I go to All-Star for a Surf one-shot. Primeape gets dealt with by Beanie with a Psychic, and last is Valplume, who also takes a Psychic. And then Drill Peck from Zapdos does the rest, cause Sleep Powder. 1 more member. Lance leads with his most fearsome dragon, a Weedle. Drill Peck from Thunderbird one-shots obviously. Poliwrath is next and gets Thunder one-shot. Kangaskhan dies to Drill Peck and a Crabhammer. Pidgeotto again gets thundered. And last is Arcanine. Crabhammer crits for a one-shot and that's it. Champion battle incoming. Asshat leads with Seal and I lead with Beanie. Psychic is a 2-shot with Aurora Beam doing about a quarter in between. Mr. Mime is next and gets annoying with Substitute, which I keep immediately destroying every time. In the end, he goes down to Psychic, Dugtrio coming in and All-Star runs into an Earthquake for a 3rd. Surf then one-shots. Wartortle is next and I go to Zapdos for Thunder, missing while he hits Hydro Pump and my next Thunder one-shots. Vulpix is a Crabhammer one-shot and last is Gyarados, who insta-dies to Thunder, which means
here is your winner of the Pokemon Red Deadman Nuzlocke and the new Kanto Pokemon Champion, me!
And with that, we can go on to the Pokemon Blue Deadman Nuzlocke, in which we can not use any of the mons from this particular run. That will start on stream over on Twitch soon, so give me a follow over there to make sure you catch it live. Also, as I said before, I made a VOD channel here on YouTube where all stream VODs from Twitch will be posted 24 hours after the stream, uncut and in full length. So subscribe there if you want to see that, link is in the description. Also, of course, subscribe here for more challenge videos as well as Let's Plays and many other videos. Until next time, my name is WW Deadman, and I hope you enjoyed this video.